Greetings from the mystical land of the music teacher's office. Alright, this video today is for all my brass players, trumpets, trombones, euphoniums, and tubas. We're going to be looking at the third movement of Belah, Sun Woman, Kundu, Lizard Man, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do your parts, which will be clapping and stomping and snapping, and basically you brass players are going to be glorified percussionists today. I'm going to divide this video up into three distinct sections. What I'm going to do is, the very first one, I'm going to teach you the beginning of your part of the third movement all the way to rehearsal letter G. Again, it's beginning to G. I'll start with my trumpet section, my high brass, and then I will do my low brass. And then what I'm going to do at the end of this first section is put them all together. So you'll hear me doing both parts, and you can try to pat and clap and snap and stomp along with me. The second big section that I'm going to be doing today will be from letter G to the end of the piece, which is a slightly different pattern that we're going to be feeling. Same concept. I'll start with my trumpets, and then I'll go to my low brass, and then I'll put them all together into one beat. You'll see both of me doing both parts. And then finally, the last section is I want you to practice going between those two sections. That way you can transition very easily. So we're going to be working on rehearsal letters E, F, G, and H. That way you'll have a little bit of time on each of those sections just to get your groove down and then immediately transition over into those. All right, make sure you have a metronome, and hopefully this video is helpful to you. So, to my treble clef brass instruments, before we begin demonstrating and attempting to play this movement, let's first take a look at the music and analyze it. So, this is not a staff that we're accustomed to looking at, but our percussionists are very familiar with this. So we only have 3 lines here, and in each area of the staff we'll have something different going on here. So if we notice in the very beginning, the directions tell us that we're going to stamp our feet every time we see a line down on the bottom line of this 3-line staff. So what we'll have here, if we put on the metronome, you'll hear those clicks there. This is quarter note equals 144, as it says here in the music. So all you're going to be doing is stamp, 2, 3, stamp, 2, 3, stamp, 2, 3, stamp, 2, 3, so on and so forth for 8 measures. Then as we get down to letter A here, we're going to add a little bit more. So we're going to pat our chest with an open palm. You're going to hit your chest. So we'll have stamp, chest, stamp. That'll be the first measure of A there. And then whenever we see the X, which is on top of the staff, we will snap our fingers as the directions tell us. Pretty simple, but putting these together takes a little bit of coordination. So let's put this metronome on. I want you just to try it as I show you where the music is going here from letter A. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, stamp, chest, stamp, snap, stamp, bum, 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 snap, snap. Obviously, I gave up pretty quickly on trying to say what these things actually were, because it's just a matter of feeling as you go through it, and the demonstration that I give right after this tutorial will hopefully show you everything that you need to do. Practice that over and over. Use your metronomes. Feel free to even change the tempo of all of these as well. I'm going to put on my metronome. Quarter note equals 144. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. How'd you do? Did we play together? Now I want you to try on your own. I'll cue you in. 144. 1, 2, 3. A. I hope you're with me. Again, feel free to practice this section over and over and over again. Again, with me or without me and on your own. So my bass clef brass instruments, let's analyze this music before we begin performing it. At letter B here, our first entrance, we have a different staff than we're typically used to seeing. It's only 3 lines. And the composer has written directions over each of these, so we know exactly what to do. It's pretty clear, but I just want to show you, and we can do this in real time now. So we're going to start by patting our chest with an open palm, so we kind of get this sound. like that. All right, either with your left hand or your right hand. And maybe just go for the most resonant part of your body, which for me is right underneath my neck. What's going on there? And then we're going to speak in a harsh whisper down here. However, if you notice, the words down here do not match the title of the piece. There was a slight change, and I'm not sure if everything came with the publishers doing everything different. So I'm going to make the executive decision here. Hopefully the composer is okay with this. We're going to change the words down here, the Kundu instead of Kudna. All right, so we're going to hit pet, Kundu. Kundu, like that, going on the line here. And the best way to practice these, of course, is with a metronome. That way we know we are staying in time. So I'm going to set this to 144, which is the tempo of this movement here. I was performing just a little bit slower. That's going on here. So the piece will go like this. Kundu. Kundu. And I'm trying to do all these hits here with my left hand, which I'm not so successful at. I definitely need two hands on this one here. But if you notice, all of these notes here, these are 16ths in this first beat here. So if this is our beat, we have da 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 da, like that going down there. Make sure we practice just that measure right there, just to isolate these rhythms here, which may be a little bit tricky that's going on. And hopefully when I do my demonstration in just a second, all this will come together and it'll make sense to you. And this is the first part of Kundu Lizard Man. Not so bad. I'll set my metronome to quarter note equals 144. Here we go. Letter B. 1, 2, 3. Kundu. 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 C. Kundu. 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 How do you do? Now, let's try it on your own. I'll cue you in at letter B, and you'll end at letter D. Here's the metronome again. Letter B. 1, 2, 3. And C. How did we do? Did you finish together? Feel free to keep rewinding this either to the section where I'm playing it with you, or you can do it on your own when I just conduct you. 2, 3. A.